I loved the story of Hulu in terms of how you fought for that early and fought for the right team. It was interesting in terms of seeing the iVillage acquisition play out and then lessons learned paying it forward. So like, curious, like as you think about like, what did you learn when you're in the digital space and the iVillage thing? Like, what did you learn from that? But then, what enabled Hulu to be successful and to develop that early? You talk about like protecting ideas, disruptive ideas from the practices of the parent company, and would just love to hear that. Partly on, everybody talks about learning from failure. You've done it throughout your whole career, so I think the iVillage example is great. But then also, what led to enabling Hulu to be so successful?
Yeah, I almost call my book Fail Forward. My editor didn't like it as much as I did, but I believe that it's important. I mean, you guys are here. I know you. Hopefully, you believe it too. But so just to set the stage, I've been chief marketing officer. We launched Eco Imagination at GE. They're like, oh, she likes change. She can do this stuff. There's digital rising in media. You go back to NBC and figure it out. I'd been at NBC, but anyway, let me set the stage. So it's about 2006, YouTube was just emerging. And the mood at NBC and traditional media was equal parts humorous and petrified. Humorous, and perhaps you can relate to this, but humorous like, ha ha ha, cats playing the piano on video, that is just so cute. Like, that is so cute. That's so charming. Ha ha ha. And then it was like, oh my God, total panic. We don't know how to make videos with cats playing the piano. What if this takes off? So that was kind of the environment. So everybody rushed into doing things. News Corp bought MySpace, big play. We were panicked. I came in 6 weeks in, we're like, we're gonna buy iVillage. It was a beautiful strategy. I sometimes think it could have been Facebook. It was about women and community. We went and married with the TV properties. The problem was, what often happens, it was a very expensive acquisition, probably way too expensive. It was old technology, but really the antibodies of the company, NBC, killed it. Everybody started to say, but I can do this better. I want to do this. I want to create my own version of iVillage. I'm not going to support you. I'm going to do this. And it ended up being a free-for-all. We ended up, the lawyers got involved. They wanted to move it to New Jersey for tax savings. We basically lost 50% of the staff when we moved to these beautiful offices that no one could work in because there was no staff. We basically almost killed it. So it was not a good situation. And you see that and you're so frustrated because you're like, what could have been? Just not. And so we still didn't give up on the cats playing the piano. Google ended up buying YouTube, made us more panicked. MySpace cratered at Fox too. They did the same thing we did at NBC. So we tried a lot of different things, but together we were desperate. We said, we got to figure this out. And we knew we had messed up, both of ourselves, so we're like, we can't do this ourselves. In fact, we each tried in the early days to launch Hulu on our own. It was a mess. So we're like, we need an outside entrepreneur. One thing led to another. It took us to Jason Kyler, who was coming out of Amazon, and he founded Hulu. If we had done it, the media was calling it Clown Co. at the time, and it would have been Clown Company. Jason made it Hulu. And what did we learn from that? You needed an entrepreneurial mindset. He needed to have all the ability to take the gems from the mothership and reject any of the bureaucracy, the BS, the whatever. I'll give you a couple of examples. We had made this beautiful video player at NBC, spent a lot of money. We're like, Jason, good news, you don't need to invest in a video player. It's like, oh my God, that thing looks like Times Square. I'm not going to use that. We had to write it off. And he had to invest money in creating something that became beautiful. He went without revenue for about a year, made everybody crazy, but he had the right to do that. How do we pay that team in different equity? That made HR crazy. So my job was a lot to protect that team and fight within the mothership of, no, we're going to give them Hulu equity. We're not going to pay them GE stock. So you needed to create space for that challenger brand. You had to have a different set of running rules, and you needed champions willing to kind of take the arrows inside. And I had learned enough through the failure of iVillage that I knew kind of like where to fight and where the trouble was going to be. So in some ways we needed that failure to understand what the success was going to be.
That's great.
And I love that. I mean, Hulu now, just a couple weeks ago, it's still not it's not Netflix, okay? But it's still pretty good. It's not Netflix. But 25 million, I mean, their subscribers are more than Comcast right now. Yay.
Yeah.
But I also wonder, like big company things like Comcast, we sold NBC to Comcast with a G. Comcast and the cable company, cable networks, could have taken Hulu and made it their Netflix killer. Yet Disney's now in the process of acquiring Hulu. They're launching their own streaming. Comcast is launching their own. I don't know. We're all big companies. We keep doing the same thing. We all want to do our own thing. We're going to create our own streaming. We don't want to come together. And so I still feel like as successful as Hulu was from where it came, it could have been so much more.